Hi, gorgeous people. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about solo traveling. So, you know how last time I talked about going to Rome and traveling on my own? I've also traveled to Barcelona and a few places stateside as well. I'm going to share some of my tips with you about traveling solo. Now, these tips are in no particular order, just some of them that I hold dear to me when I decide to travel alone. Tip number one: exude confidence when walking through the airport. When walking through the airport or walking the streets of a foreign country, you want to exude the confidence that you know where you're going. You know what you're doing and you don't need any assistance. I'm very conscious about my surrounding areas, especially as being a female in foreign countries. You just never know. I try to be very conscious of my surroundings anytime I'm traveling alone. Probably because I've watched Taken a few times, so we don't want anything crazy like that happening. If you have to ask for instructions, always ask someone who works at the airport, such as a gate agent, once you get off of your aircraft. Tip number two: when I'm in a foreign country, I try to make sure that my hotel has an airport shuttle. That way, I don't have to worry about taking public transportation or taking a taxi. Neither one of those options are my favorite. I know having an airport hotel can take you out of a touristic area. However, some hotels may have that shuttle that will take you into the tourist area. For instance, my hotel, which was a Marriott property in Rome, had that. Now, if the hotel does not have a shuttle that will take you into like the tourist area and things like that, the hotel staff will pretty much always give you the safest way to get to these areas. And I trust them. So, tip number three: plan out what you would like to see and share this information with your loved one, as well as share your hotel information, such as the address, the name, the phone number, and your flight information, because you just never know what can happen. This is a safety precaution that I always take. Tip number four: always, 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 always carry your passport on you. That is your identity. That is how, if something crazy was to happen and you get stopped by the police in this foreign country, you have that visual to explain who you are and where you're from. Tip number five. This one is a big one for me. I really take this one to heart. And it is respect the native language of that particular country you are entering. I know it can be frustrating and difficult when you enter into a country and you don't speak the native language. And let's say you are asking for help and trying to get directions to somewhere, and that person may not understand you or you may not understand them. It can be difficult. But remember, you are entering into their country, so you should respect their native language. And that's just something I think we should all respect when entering into someone else's country. One thing that I try to do before I enter into a country is at least learn how to say hello and thank you in that native language. Tip number six: I exchange my money before I leave the United States. It's just easier for me to understand the currency exchange because most times the person at the airport speaks English versus me going into another country and them trying to explain the currency exchange in their native language or in English, and some things might get misconstrued and so I don't understand. So I try to make sure I complete that before I get onto the plane. And these last two tips are just something that I personally do, just as a safety precaution. Like I said, traveling alone can be fearful. One, two, it can be fearful for your loved ones that's back home because they don't know the country. They may not be able to get in touch with you if you don't have international calling on your phone. So it just helps ease the whole situation. Particularly, I don't have international calling on my phone because I don't do it as often as I've done in the past. I don't really see a need for it, especially because like the airports have Wi-Fi, your hotel normally has Wi-Fi. So if I need to get on the phone with someone back home, I can just use Wi-Fi instead of paying for international calling. So something that I do is Before I start my day, or leave the hotel, I should say, I'll make that phone call home to the loved one, just kind of sharing with them what my plans are for the day, where I plan to go, and maybe give a guesstimated time of when I might be back into the hotel for the evening, just so they have that ease and that comfort of knowing, okay, this is the schedule. If something was to happen, they have all of that information. Those are my tips for solo traveling. Like I said, the tips were in no particular order, just something that was important to me. All right, gorgeous people. So we have come to the end of our conversation today. Real short and sweet video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and share. And until next time, go out there, make memories that will last for a lifetime.